Hey guys, and welcome back to another live stream here on YouTube. Today I will actually not be playing the game like usually, because today I will be showing off some Bespin gameplay in the background. And as you can see, I made a little text in the bottom. This is pre-recorded from the event over in LA last week, and that's simply because, well, no one has access to the Bespin DLC yet, and I thought you guys would be more interested in actually seeing some gameplay than just seeing me playing the normal game. Oh, 1 second, let me mute the stream. There we go. There we go. So yeah, another quick note I want to bring up before I start getting into the questions. There was a couple of things shown during the reveal live stream and also in some of our Game Changers footage that will not be coming with the Bespin DLC. And those things we simply cannot talk about, so don't ask me any questions about them, because I will ignore them and it will be a waste of your time. So all the things I brought up in my video titled something like all gadgets and all weapons, those are the things coming in the Bespin DLC. So basically it's the stuff posted on the EA Star Wars website plus the IO neutralizer. Those are the items coming in the Bespin DLC, and those are the ones I can talk about. So yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say before the stream started. And let me know if anything is wrong with the audio levels or something like that, because, you know, usually I play the actual game, but now I just have it running in the background from an MP4 file. I have about 1 hour and 20 minutes of footage to show, and if we run out of time I can simply just repeat that footage again. And chances are that you have seen some of this gameplay during some of my other videos, but that's simply because we had a limited time to play the game. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. Now we can just get straight into the questions. So let's just jump into the chat and see what you have to say. How is the Emperor buff? I actually don't think they have applied that buff. I think he actually responded out on Twitter saying that it is coming in the next patch and not in the Bespin patch. Boba Fett is changed. He actually, I haven't played as him, but someone actually had spotted in my gameplay, which I didn't even see myself, that when someone else was using the flamethrower, it killed almost instantly, and it also had a longer range. So now the flamethrower is hopefully going to be good. Will there be a hello, by the way, Narwhal Dave and Tesco and Knappen, the moderators. There will not be heroes versus villains, simply because all the game modes are 16 versus 16 and it wouldn't work with heroes versus villains. But instead we have Sabotage, where both teams will still get 4 heroes, so you will get that whole clash of heroes thing, but it won't be just centered around the heroes, basically. Is the DL44 buffed? I don't know actually. They haven't told me about it, but chances are that they did a lot of changes in the Bespin DLC patch to pretty much everything in the game, or not everything, but a lot of things. So we will know on Tuesday when they release the full patch notes, and I will make an updated video to see if there's anything I missed in my previous video I made 2 days ago. At what time is the update released? I don't know actually. I am unsure. So I'm gonna talk to the community managers and developers and see what time it is. And then I'm gonna start doing a live stream as soon as the Bespin DLC goes live. Holy crap! Almost 1,000 viewers right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did you find any Easter eggs? Well, I didn't look around too much for Easter eggs. What I did find was the carbon freezing chamber. Was the first thing I saw when I went into the carbon freezing chamber map. Basically, the Dennis told me just press E on that little button, and you can see that whole freezing thing going down. And then if you jump down, you die, and it says something like you got frozen into carbonite or something like that. Is the EE4 better than the EE3? It depends. The EE4 is better at short range, but the EE3 is still better at long range. So in some of my gameplay I switched over to the EE3 because it was more long range fights, but in let's say the Carbon Freezing Chamber and the Administrator's Palace, I prefer the EE4. So it's a good way. They haven't made it like super overpowered. It's a valid choice in many situations, but the EE3 is still better at some points. Do you think Lando needs a buff? No, not really. I think they're pretty balanced. I mean, I prefer Dengar. Dengar is a lot cooler in my opinion with his abilities, but I mean, as you saw in my gameplay, I managed to kill Dengar with Lando, and I managed to kill Lando with Dengar, so they're both good. I would say that Lando is a bit trickier to play as, because you need to be a lot more accurate and play a lot more smarter, whereas with Dengar you can just go all in. But I don't think any of them need a buff or nerf, that's the word. Is the Berserker still worth to use? Yes, I would say so. I haven't tried it, but I mean, as I went over, I can just go over the changes here quickly, which is that the effect, the bonus damage, doesn't apply until you're under 80% health, or then 76% health actually, to be more exact. And so you can't just use a Deoxys grenade to go down to 99%, you need to be under 76%. And the same thing goes for the actual damage reduction at trait level 3. So if you get hit by a pulse cannon when you're at full health, you will die now. But if you get hit by a pulse cannon when you're at 75% health, I think you won't die. I'm not sure how much damage, but you get my point. So I would say it's a valid choice now, but it's not like a super overpowered trait that you really need to use like before. Wow, 1,300 viewers. That must be a new record here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So do you like the cloud cars? Yeah, I kind of like them. It's like I don't really like flying overall in any games at all. Not Battlefield, not Battlefront. It's fun, but I'm not that good at it. But I thought they were pretty good against infantry because they could slow down so much. They could be like super slow and they could steer up and down any way they wanted, which meant that I could very easily kill people on the ground. However, they die very fast. I mean, I can shoot them down with a blaster. So it's a pretty good balance, I think. Yes, you earn all the new stuff through hut contracts. All the new weapons, star cards, all of that kind of stuff is all. I mean, I think pretty much all the new content coming to Battlefront in general is going to be through hut contracts. And as I said before, there were a couple of things shown during the live stream and during some of our Game Changers gameplay that we simply cannot talk about because it's coming in the future, and it was shown in the developer build that we played. So please don't ask any questions about it because I will just ignore them. Let's see. Holy shit, the chat is going crazy. No, there is no cargo on Bespin. Let me see if I remember exactly which one. There is Supremacy, Turning Point, Walker Assault, Blast, Sabotage. I think that is all. Did I forget something? Drop Zone as well, and Droid Run. Yeah, so I think the only ones not included is Cargo, Hero Hunt, and Heroes vs Villains. All other game modes are in the game, or in the Bespin DLC. But some of them are modified. Like I said, with the Drop Zone is actually 3 pods dropping down simply because it's 16 versus 16. It would have been insane if you had 16 or 32 people run into one pod. Will there be 4 blasters within the Bespin DLC? No, there will be 2 blasters. The X8 Night Sniper and the EE4. And the only free stuff coming out in the DLC, as far as I know, is the Ion Neutralizer, which is finally coming to the DLC. Or finally coming to Battlefront after a long wait. Let me see. Tried. Oh my god, it's so hard to keep up the chat. I wish there was like a slow mode like on Twitch. Favorite weapon from the DLC? Definitely the EE4. I performed very well with it. I think it's probably gonna be my new SE14C, if you know what I mean, because that was kind of my favorite weapon before on medium to short range maps. 1,468 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm glad you're as excited for the Bespin DLC as I am. And as I said, some of the things you guys are bringing up in the chat is not coming in the Bespin DLC, so I can't talk about it. Give me 1 second, I need to... I accidentally drove over my headset, there we go. I don't know when the Bespin DLC will be available on June 21st, but I'm sure they will post an update on the forums like they usually do. There is no new trait coming in the Bespin DLC. I can just clear that up. Shock grenade. Whoa. Oh, I think someone saw. Yeah, the chat is pop out in full screen, but it's still hard to keep up. But yeah, the shock grenade, it works against heroes, but it doesn't give them the whole break free effect because that would be extremely overpowered. It's more like a flinch, I guess you could say. A bit like when you get hit by a lightsaber, you can't really react for I don't know, half a second or 1 second. That's the same thing that happens if you get hit by the shock grenade, which I think is very good, because it would have been extremely overpowered if you could lock down a hero for 5 seconds with just a normal star card. Let me see, how many new maps? 5 new maps. 4 standard maps, which is the Bionic Laboratories, Cloud City, Administrator's Palace, and what's the last one? Oh, Carbon Freezing Chamber, of course. And then the 5th one is a Fighter Squadron map, taking place outside of actually Cloud City, around the what do they call, Tibana gas platforms, that's the word. Thank you very much, the Lunatic Kid. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. Oh my god, the chat is just crazy. How many viewers are there? 1,600 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, is there any way I can like slow down the chat? It's so hard to see your questions. If you want to ask some questions, feel free to tweet me as well, because I have Twitter on half the screen and the chat on the other half. So I will take questions from both sides. The scout binoculars, whenever you zoom in. Hey, what's up, KFM? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, the scout binoculars, whenever you zoom in, everyone who is in your line of sight will get a red circle that fills up very quickly. I think it's like half a second maybe. And if you press well, the shoot button or whatever you call it, it will mark those enemies, and everyone in your team can see them through the walls. The same way as the droid works. The difference is that this lasts for longer, and it obviously has a longer range as well. So this is a fantastic team item. I found it a little bit hard to use sometimes, but it's gonna be very good on maps like Endor. No, Endor might not be the best one, but Tatooine or Hoth, where it's really open. I think it's gonna work out really good there. I don't know if the DL44 have a buff. I haven't tried it out, and we will simply have to wait until the Bespin DLC patch notes comes out on the 21st. Let me see. Have you played Overwatch? Yes, I have, but I don't want to discuss that right now. Maybe later on. There's no new hero skins for Bespin except for the guards. I mean, the Emperor gets the red royal guards, and Leia gets her Alderaan honor guards, the real ones with the the funny helmets. Let me see. The only free weapon, or the only free thing coming out in the Bespin DLC, at least what I've been told, is the Ion Neutralizer. Let's see. Why do you get to play early? I was at a capture event in LA last month. No, I mean last week, with a bunch of other YouTubers and community members, where we played Bespin basically. So I'm not playing it right now. As I said, it's pre-recorded gameplay from last week. Is the stream, is the gameplay looking good for you guys? I'm seeing a little bit. Is it a bit laggy? Or I don't think so. It might just be my stream lagging a little bit. Let me know if the gameplay is fine. It's the first time I'm replaying gameplay on the actual stream. The new skins will be level 70. So you will get the Bespin Wingguard, the Shock Trooper, and I guess you will be getting, I think the old, I'm a little bit unsure about this, but I think the old honor guards that Leia had will also be available as an unlockable. No, the EE4 is not automatic. It works the same way as the EE3. It's a tap fire thing, whereas the faster you click, the faster it shoots. But it has a lot higher fire rate than the EE3 as well. Is the Ion Neutralizer good? No, not really. I didn't have a lot of time to use it, but I noticed that first of all, I was expecting it to be maybe like the Ion Torpedo, but it's more like the Ion Disruptor, where you have to charge it up for, I don't know, 2 seconds maybe, and then when you fire it, it doesn't have a lock on, so you need to kind of align the shot, which just that is a bit hard on a moving target. And then on top of that, they only get frozen in place like, I don't know, 4 seconds maybe. At least that was what happened when we hit the ATSD. So I don't see the point of using that over the Ion Torpedo or Ion Grenade. It feels a little bit like a waste. I think it would have been better if they made it like the Ion Torpedo, where it just locks on, fires, and it's kind of hard to miss. Because then it would have been a valid option to choose over yeah, over the ion torpedo. Does the EE4 overheat quickly? That's a good question. I didn't feel like it overheated that quickly. I think it's probably on around the same level as the EE3 actually. I could spam it quite a lot before it overheated, that's for sure. The new charged card is the disruption card, which sends out a wave around you and overheats everyone's weapons. Yeah, so Dave asked the question about maps being made for jump packs. I would say that, let me see which maps. On the Cloud City map that you can see right now with Lando, and on the Bionic Laboratories map, I think using a jump pack is a given. But on the Carbon Freezing Chamber map, I don't think you need a jump pack. I usually switched it around to like a scatter gun or something. And on the Administrator's Palace map, it's a little bit like a big part of the map is inside, and you don't really need a jump pack. But when you're walking outside, it's a little bit like on Bespin platforms, where there's a lot of ledges and platforms to go around. And if you have a jump pack, you can very quickly get from one to another instead of having to walk all the way around. So it's not a necessity, but it will help out. But that's basically how it is with the jump pack on all maps. You don't really need it, but it makes you come a lot faster to the objectives. So I would say that like half the maps you need them basically. Favorite loadouts? Let me think. I would probably say one loadout that I liked using was the jump pack, of course, and then I used the EE4 and the disruption card, and then as the third one I kind of mixed that one around either to the shock grenade, which worked pretty well, or to some of the old star cards such as the scatter gun. Because I really like that combo, because I can just jump straight onto an enemy, pop my disruption, and then easily kill them. And have a scatter gun as well to counter their shields. There wasn't too much people using the shields because everyone wanted to try out the new charge card, obviously. Yeah, that was a combination I really liked. But I really feel like, I mean, I'm probably wrong about this, but I felt like there was no super OP loadout. You know, like with the Berserker trait, Berserker loadout, Berserker tank loadout, or whatever I called it in the video, which got really popular. That one isn't going to be as good anymore since they nerfed the Berserker trait, and I don't think there's any equally good loadout right now, but I mean, time will tell. There's probably going to be someone who finds some sort of abusive well, combination. And one thing I want to bring up that I actually haven't said in the video, that one of the developers told me directly the other day, is that, you know, after the Bacta bomb you get that bonus health, and you were able to actually tank the hero hits. Like, you were able to tank normal hits, force push, and all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be fixed in this patch, so now you will die like you are supposed to do. They will probably say that in the patch notes, but I just wanted to bring it up because I didn't say that in my changes video, simply because I didn't know it back then. 1,700 viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. The new sniper call, there is no new, let me think, there's no, oh, you mean the X8 Night Sniper? Yeah, I don't know why it's called a sniper, ask Lucasfilm, but it's, I don't think it worked that well on long range. It was fairly easy to hit with, especially with the you know, thermal vision, but on the other hand, it didn't do too much damage, to be honest. So it was like you needed to hit, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, and I think you know how hard that can be on a long range, because when they get hit twice or 3 times, they're just gonna move away. So I thought the damage scaled a bit weirdly. It should, to be honest, do as much damage on short range as it does on long range, especially since it's called a sniper, which is pretty bad. No, there is no new pickup in the DLC. Best support loadout. That is definitely Bacta bomb, the scout binoculars. I don't know which one could be the best charge card. I mean, the disruption card works pretty well. You can disable a lot of people around you and help your teammates out. but I mean, the adrenaline stim would help to survive longer, and the same thing with the personal shield. But I think those two cards are gonna be the most important: the back the bomb to heal your teammates up, and the binoculars to mark the enemies. So that's gonna be the first time where there's an actual full-blown support loadout, which is really cool to see. Is the new bowcaster good? Yes, I think it's pretty good. I tried it out for like 2 or 3 games, and I thought it was fairly similar to before in terms of how easy you could kill people whenever you jump packed. So that hasn't changed much. The good thing about it is that now you can actually fire it down like a corridor or doorway a lot easier, because if you did that before, 2 or 3 of the shots would just hit the wall to the left and right. But now you can fire those 5 shots in a more direct line going towards the enemy, so it makes it a more viable weapon to use indoors, and not just with the jump pack. And another thing you guys might have noticed in the gameplay, I'm not sure, let me see, okay, let's land right now, but yeah, with both explosive shot and the bowcaster, they have changed the actual explosion look, and it looks so much better now. It looks like a super, I don't know, realistic explosion. And I'm gonna keep an eye out on my stream and see when I pick something like that up, because just keep an eye on explosions in general, from the explosive shot, from the bowcaster. They have completely remade it. It looks a lot cooler right now. Let me see. Hut contract cost. I am unsure actually. I think the only thing I know is that the new skins in level 70 is supposed to cost 20,000. I think the hut contracts are probably a lot cheaper. Thermal detonator or barrage. I think I would say thermal detonator, but I didn't use any of those two during the event, so I'm not sure if they've changed them or not. If they are still the same way as before, I would say, yeah, thermal detonator. The hero emotes. I actually only did the emotes with Dengar, and what was it? It was like, "You're gonna take a dirt nap," like he says in the trailer, and then I don't remember what he's saying. It's, if you check out my Dengar gameplay, you will see those. You will see those emotes. I just love Dengar's what's it called, accent. It's so good. Did they change Boba Fett's fire? Yes, like I said earlier in the stream, they have changed Boba Fett's flamethrower. It seems to like disable the enemy quite fast now, and it has a longer range. So because right now in the live game, it's kind of useless against other people. I mean, it does a little bit of damage against heroes, but I don't know, the flamethrower wasn't worth it. All the new weapons. Okay, so let me just quickly again bring up. These are all the weapons that are coming to the DLC, and also the ones that I can talk about. That is the 2 weapons is the the EE4 and the X8 Night Sniper, and the star cards are the shock grenade, the scout binoculars, and the disruption card. But on top of that, we're also getting for free the ion neutralizer. So those 4 star cards and 2 blasters are the ones coming with the Bespin DLC on the 21st. And if you saw anything else in the stream or in the gameplay, that is for a later date. That was just in a development build with unfinished stuff, so we cannot talk about them yet. How big will the update be? I have no clue, to be honest. Is Lando offensive or defensive character? I would say that he's pretty defensive, because he can easily lock down areas with his decoys. He can put them in door openings, which will basically force the enemy to take those things and get shocked. And then he has... I just forgot, what is his third ability? Let me see, a charge up. Oh yeah, the disruption. Yeah, that's pretty good as well, because as soon as someone actually gets into the room or the uplink or whatever you're defending, just pop that disruption and they can't do anything. They're gonna get completely disabled, especially against heroes. I mean, if you get 4 heroes with that disruption, you may as well win them the game, because everything is gonna be on cooldown. They can't do the force push, they can't do anything. And Palpatine's blocking is not changed yet. That is coming in a future patch. Oh, the new scan pulse. I really like the new scan pulse, because it's not... Before it was like, okay, you do it and you get wall hack for, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. or if not shorter. But now it's like pulses 5 or 6 times, and only shows the enemy for a brief, like a couple of, I don't know, milliseconds, which makes it more like of a tactical tool where you can, since it pulses all the time, you can get a feeling about where the enemies are and therefore predict when they're gonna come out of a doorway or something like that. But it lasts longer compared to before, where you could see exactly where they were for like 5 seconds, but then it was gone. So this makes it a bit more tactical since it lasts longer, but you can't see exactly where they are at all times. Is Bespin Airspace the only fighter squadron? I'm not sure what you mean. There's only one new fighter squadron map, if that's what you mean. Bespin or Outer Rim? That's hard to say. I think I prefer Bespin, to be honest. Or hero-wise, I think they're actually... I mean, I love all the 4 new heroes they've added. They're, with the traits and with everything, they really improved on the hero mechanics a lot. In terms of maps, I think I prefer the Bespin DLC. I mean, they added 1 extra map, which is of course a big bonus, and I usually like the open maps more, but I do like the close quarters maps as well. It's hard to say, because my favorite map is probably the Carbon Freezing Chamber map. But yeah, I would say Bespin DLC is my favorite, but I like them both. No, you can't play heroes versus villains on the new maps. Only Sabotage, which is 4 versus 4 heroes basically. So it's you can still get that hero action with more than one at a time. Favorite map? Yeah, that's the Carbon Freezing Chamber. Probably for open maps, probably the Bionic Laboratories. I am still pretty unsure if the Bionic Laboratories you can play Walker Assault or not. It is quite open, but I don't think there's any path that's open enough to host a 8080 Walker, so I think it's only the Cloud City map where you can play Walker Assault, to be honest. Supremacy you might be able to play, because that's only reliant on actual like open areas. You don't really need a path between them, so we'll see. New emotes. I'm not sure actually. I don't know. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they have updated heroes versus villains and all these glitches, you know, when you can't select the hero and the FPS drops on PC. All that sort of stuff is supposed to be fixed in the patch that's coming out on the 21st. Let me just quickly check on Twitter. Oh my god, it's a lot of questions. Okay, let me take a few questions from Twitter now. Do you have specific details on the nerfs on explosive shot, as in Hero Hunt the heroes don't last 2 seconds? Yes. So basically, if you activate explosive shot, your weapon will overheat faster. So in game modes like Hero Hunt, it's kind of like either you can spam them for a long time and do like medium damage, or you can do a lot of damage in a short time. So like, using the explosive shot won't be a given anymore, because there's going to be other things that might work better. So I think that's a pretty good change. It's not like too bad now, but it's not overpowered either. Let's scroll down. In your opinion, what's the worst gun in the game? Ooh, that's a good question. Which gun have I used the least in the game so far? Probably the Relby, because they buffed the DT12, so I think that's decent now. But I think the Relby, actually. I hope they're gonna... I mean, if Bosk is coming in the Death Star DLC, which, I mean, he should be coming, considering they showed him in the Future of Star Wars games trailer, he's probably gonna have the Relby, because I think that's the weapon he has in the Clone Wars series. So it's gonna be nice with a buffed up version of Relby.
This one, a long time have I watched. All his life as he...
Thank you very much, Dehydron. Thank you.
The horizon, never his mind on where he was. What he was doing.
Hey, can't wait for Bespin. Do you think Sabotage is balanced? From all the footage I've watched, the Empire seems to have an edge.
That is a good question, because I felt a little bit the same way when I played, because, you know, if the rebels managed to destroy the 3 generators, they need to defend for 5 minutes, but the problem is, if they do it in the last minute, chances are that all of their heroes are gonna be dead, meaning that it's gonna be 4 Imperial heroes against 0 Rebel heroes, and that's gonna be a problem. But on the other hand, Sabotage switches around the teams, just like in Walker Assault, so you get the chance to play as both teams. But that being said, when I played, we never had any uneven games. Like, I don't know if you saw my gameplay with Leia, they literally won with, I don't know, like 1 second left or something. It kind of depends. I mean, something I noticed was that even though you do get the heroes in the first phase for the Rebels, they don't, all of them doesn't spawn at once. So when I got Leia, that was like after, I don't know, 6 minutes or something. So chances are that you are going to have some heroes alive when the next phase starts. And the same way goes for their Empire. I think they don't get all of their 4 heroes the first minute, but they get them over time. So there's obviously going to be a lot of people who just rush in and die. Like, I killed, I think, 2 heroes with Leia or something like that. But if you're smart with the Empire, wait in the back, wait until you have all of your 4 heroes, and then walk straight into the extraction point and capture it. So I think if you're gonna play competitive with good people, it's gonna be a lot easier for the Imperials. I agree on that. But again, you do always play on both sides, so you get an equal chance on both. That's the same thing as all of the, what's it called, asymmetrical game modes in Battlefront. You know, Walker Assault, Turning Point, all of them have the same way. It's gonna be impossible to make them 50-50. And again, if I made a list of the let's see, weaker. Oh yeah, that's true, Tesco. The pulse cannon is also nerfed against heroes, so it does a lot less damage now. And he asks if I'm more motivated to play Hero Hunt again. Probably yes, but not with you. I don't want to play any more Hero Hunt with Tesco. Is there any Ugnaughts? No, there is not. I think they mentioned that they might be wanting to add that in the future, like they did with, you know, the Jawas and Tusken Raiders, but there's nothing. They're not in the game when it's released now. No, there's no other blaster than the EE4 and Night Sniper. If you saw something in the stream that is future content that is not finished yet and that's not allowed to be shown or talked about yet, basically. Is the DT12 good now? Yes, but that was actually in the last patch, so that's already live in the game now. I tried it out, and I thought it's not as good as my favorite weapons, but it's definitely usable right now, which is good, because I thought the DT12 was absolute crap when they released it first off. But now it's a fairly good weapon. What happens if you go to the carbon freeze thing with Han Solo? That's a very good question. I think someone should definitely try that. I doubt something special is gonna happen, but it would be pretty cool if it actually like popped up, you know, the model with frozen Han Solo. But I don't think so. Yeah, I know the freezing chamber looks absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a shame that I'm showing it on a stream now, so it's not gonna be the highest quality. But it looks amazing. I'm just looking at the gameplay right now. This is definitely my favorite map. At least the looks of it. It's just amazing. No, it hasn't been released yet. This is coming out on the 21st. I'm sorry, I don't really know what you need to do to complete the hut contracts, because yeah, I don't know yet. I will do a video about that on the 21st when they release it. Can we use Dengar and Lando in the classic heroes and versus villains? I don't think so, actually. Unfortunately, I think you can't, because I mean the vanilla heroes versus villains, those were always 3 versus 3 even after the Outer Rim, and if you wanted to play 4 versus 4 heroes versus villains, you had to do that in the Outer Rim. So I think it's not gonna be possible to choose Lando or Dengar in heroes versus villains, but you can use them in all other, when you select, like you can use them in Hero Hunt, Walker Assault, Supremacy. Yeah, you can pick the heroes there if you have the DLC, obviously. Let me check out some other. Okay, let me see. Seems apparently the stream is stuttering. Let me just bring up my monitor program on my second PC. I thought it wouldn't take that much to just see. Probably my CPU is probably at like 90%. It's at 80 degrees. Yeah, I don't know. It's stuttering a little bit. Oh well, I hope it's not too bad. I can't really change the bitrate now because I'm gonna have to restart the whole stream. Do you like the new guards for the support heroes? Yeah, definitely. I don't know why they weren't in there for the first place. I mean, the red guards stick out a lot more than the shock troopers, so now you're really gonna see them from, you know, from afar. It's gonna be super cool to see the Emperor walking there with 2 red guards on his side. Unfortunately, I never saw it in the game when we played, because everyone always picked Lando and Dengar, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool to see them in the game. Is it false? Does vanilla heroes versus villains, is that 4 versus 4? I don't think so, because that would be kind of weird if someone in the game didn't have the DLC. Will Extraction be brought to the vanilla game? Not at the Bespin release, but I'm not sure if they're gonna do that for the future release. They haven't. I don't know if they talked about it or not. I'm not sure, to be honest. No, the red guards have the same loadout as the shock troopers. So they have the smart rocket, homing shot, and T-21 blaster. Let's see. Cloud cars only on Bespin. I think so. No promise. They might be available in the other Fighter Squadron maps, but I don't think so. I've got a feeling it's just here. How to break free from the shock grenade? Just spam the R key. It's not like a timing thing or anything. You just spam the R key or the respective button. I'm not sure which button it is on the consoles, but it should say on the screen. Just spam it. Simple as that. Greedo or Dengar? That's a good question. I mean, I'm always gonna be biased whenever a new DLC is out. I mean, I've played so much with Greedo, and with Dengar I've played maybe 3 times. So obviously I'm gonna pick Dengar every single time for the next couple of months because I wanna play with him. But in terms of how good they are, I would say that Greedo is still a little bit better against other heroes because he can build up his confidence level and just destroy people. But if it comes down to taking out a lot of enemies at once, I think Dengar is better against normal people because he has the shoulder charge thing, the hurricane blast I think it's called, that you can take out multiple enemies, and then he has his explosive rush which just throws grenades everywhere, and then obviously his frenzied blast where he can just put his DLT-19 into hyperdrive and just fire everywhere. So they're pretty even. They've balanced out the heroes very well, I gotta say. There is no new trait coming in the Bespin DLC. That is just future stuff. Do you think the X8 Night Sniper needs a buff? I do, actually. I think the problem is that it's kind of advertised as a long range, night sniper weapon, but it does way too little damage on long range. So I personally think that's a problem, and if they just make sure that it does the same amount of damage at short range as at long range, that would be good enough for me. I mean, it works pretty well on Lando since he has a buffed up version, of course, but yeah. Yes, the ion neutralizer is in the update, so it will be available to everyone. Which hero has the best trait? That is probably Greedo, I think. Let me see. Lando's crit or 9s. Yeah, that's probably Greedo. I mean, he does an insane amount of damage when he gets up his trait level. Favorite ability for Dengar? Ooh, that's a good one. Probably the explosive rush. It looks so cool when he runs in and chucks a bunch of explosives in all directions. But the sound of the frenzied blast is really cool as well. The only free content I know of is the ion neutralizer. That should be coming to everyone. Is gameplay live? No, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, this is pre-recorded and not live. When does it come out? June 21st, which is 2 days from now, to everyone with the season pass, and then July 5th for everyone who bought it separately. Do you like Dengar having British accent? Well, yeah, it sounds like in the Clone Wars series. I think it's like Cockney or something. I don't know exactly what that accent is called, but look at that flanking on the screen. Or actually, the screen is like 30 seconds delayed, so never mind. Are you excited for offline Star Wars Battlefront? To be completely honest, I don't really care about offline. I'm excited for it because I know a lot of people in the community are excited for it, and I just want people to be happy about the game. But personally, I'm not sure what's going to be released with the offline content, but I doubt I'm going to play it a lot. I'll make a video about it, I'll make a stream about it, but I prefer multiplayer. I play Battlefront for multiplayer, and I play most online games for multiplayer. So I don't really see why so much people are like, oh, we need that offline. But again, I can understand it to some degree, so I'm excited to see what DICE has in store. And since they are having to like push it back because it's not finished yet, I'm guessing it's going to be something big, I don't know, instant action or something else that people really want. So I'm just glad they're taking their time to make it proper, because I think a lot of people are going to be happy with it. Yes, Billy D. Williams is voicing Lando, and Simon Pegg is voicing Dengar. So it's the real actors, which is really cool to see. Extraction or Sabotage? That's a good one. I mean, I haven't played that much Sabotage, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say because it's like complete two different game modes. So yeah. Is the ion neutralizer effective against flying vehicles? That is one thing I really want to try out when the DLC is live, because as I said, didn't have time to try it out a lot. But I'm hoping that if you hit someone with an ion neutralizer, they're just gonna lose control and go like straight down into the ground or something like that, because that would be super cool to see. And another thing I hope, which I'm actually unsure about, is that whenever you hit someone with the ion neutralizer, I'm not sure if they can jump out from the vehicle or not. I hope they can't, because otherwise people are just gonna bail as soon as they get hit. So I hope they get like locked into it or something like that. I'll have to talk to the devs about that, because I'm unsure. My KD ratio is, I think it's like 2 exactly. Can you explain Sabotage? Sure. Let me see which game mode is on the screen right now. Okay, we just finished. Oh, it's Walker Assault now. But okay, Sabotage is basically the rebels. The first round, the rebels get 10 minutes to destroy 3 generators spread out around the map. And to destroy them, you capture them, a bit like in Walker Assault, and it starts loading. And when it loads completely, they explode. And they get destroyed. But if the Empire defuses the timer, it's kind of resets from the start, just as in Walker Assault. So you really need to defend those generators whenever you activated them. And if the rebels manage to destroy all 3 generators within 10 minutes, another 5 minutes is added to the timer. Or actually, I think it's always 5 minutes, so it doesn't matter how long you spent on the first phase. So yeah, you get the next phase, the Empire gets 5 minutes to capture an extraction point that the rebels need to get back to and defend. And during the first phase, when the rebels are attacking, they get 4 heroes. And during the second phase, when the Empire is attacking, they get 4 heroes. So that's basically how it works. Let me just check on Twitter again.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, the skins are free for all, I think. Yeah, it should be. The skins should be for everyone. But you need to buy them obviously for 20,000 credits or whatever it is. But yeah, there's a skin. There's a couple of things shown in the streams that I can't talk about. That's not coming yet. Are you going to do something cool on 100k subscribers? Definitely. I'll try to figure something out. The ion neutralizer is a star card and not a power up. I think the shock troopers are unlocked in level 70, the same as the Bespin wing guards. The new gun is, as I said, the X8 Night Sniper and the EE4. Let's see, is there any questions I've missed? How many weapons did the DLC and patch add? 2 new blasters, and 3 new star cards in the Bespin expansion pack, and then 1 free star card. So basically 4 star cards, 2 blasters in total. Favorite gun, EE4 I think, and EE3. I like those guns, I like burst weapons. Thoughts on Chewbacca? Well, I'm guessing he's gonna be added in the Death Star DLC. I would be surprised otherwise. Otherwise, I don't really have any more thoughts on him. I would be surprised if he's not coming. Will you make a channel for other games one day? Probably not. I do have a second channel, which I rarely use, but I mean, there's so much new Star Wars stuff coming up. They announced a new Battlefront game, you know, multiple other Star Wars games, so I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to cover. What are these changes to the Emperor? As far as I know, there are no changes applied to him yet, I think. At least I know that the blocking feature, the new blocking feature that Guillaume, the hero designer, talked about, won't be coming out until in the future, like in the next patch or something. But on the other hand, I'm unsure if they've buffed him anything at all, or if all of that is going to be for the next patch. We'll see. DLT 19X buff. I am not sure. I have not heard about it, but I haven't tried it either, so no promise. There might be a buff, there might not be a buff. Let's see. And there's no point in asking in the trait that was shown on the stream because I cannot talk about it. So, yeah. Oh, my question is, I see that Leia's Honor Guard now use the DH-17 pistol. Can you elaborate? What is it like? I didn't notice that actually. That's a good, well spotted. I don't really have anything to elaborate. I guess it's just like a more powerful version of the DH-17, maybe like 9 nubs. But yeah, I guess it made sense. Oh yeah, that's probably because those guards, the Alderaan Honor Guards, you can see at the start of A New Hope in the movie, they actually do have DH-17 blasters in that scene, you know, when Darth Vader goes into Tantive 4. So that's probably why they changed it to DH-17, to make sure it's the same thing as in the movies. Best thing in the new DLC? Probably Dengar. Cycler rifle or pulse cannon? Pulse cannon is still better. What do you want in future expansion packs? Well, just keep pumping out the heroes because those are great, and then probably a land vehicle. That's probably not gonna come in the Death Star DLC because, I mean, there's no point in having a land vehicle there. But whatever the last DLC is, I really hope they're gonna add another rebel vehicle, or the first rebel vehicle on the ground. I want some like the IFTX tank or whatever it's called from the old Battlefront games. I would love to see that in the game. Is triple credits coming up again? I have no clue. Probably. Maybe not at the release, but probably later on. Which heroes would you like in the Death Star DLC? Probably Bosk and Chewbacca. That sounds like a reasonable choice. New Bespin survival mission. No, there's no new offline content. That's probably gonna come in that that big batch of offline stuff they're working on right now that they can't talk about. So yeah, it's probably gonna come in that patch. Can you confirm clan tags? There was nothing. I didn't see anything about clan tags when we played, so I don't think it's coming. Not in this patch at least. I know Dennis said out on Twitter a couple of months ago that it's something he wanted to see in the future, but there's nothing coming right now. Oh, that's a good question. Is Dengar hurt by his own damage with explosive rush? I don't know. I mean, I think most other heroes can damage themselves, but since he basically just runs in and throws them around him, I hope he doesn't take damage from it, but I think he might do. Will you make a video on how to unlock the new hut contracts? Yes, definitely. I will do that when on the 21st, because I didn't get a chance to do that at the event, and it felt kind of, I don't know, that doesn't feel like just, why would I make a video on how to unlock the hut contracts now when no one can play it? It's better if I do it on the 21st instead. there is no new trait coming in the Bespin DLC. That is future content. Do you think the new maps are too pretty and will get in the way of gameplay? No, I don't think so. Or it's kind of like the other way around, because when I played, I didn't really think about it too much. But then afterwards, when I looked over all my recorded gameplay, I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. It's like I am so focused on the gameplay when I play that I don't really pay attention to the actual, how beautiful it is. My next live stream will be on the 21st, when the game, I will try to get an exact time for when the DLC goes live, and then I will stream during that time. Hopefully some of you will want to watch that even though the DLC is out. Favorite hero, probably, I mean, Dengar right now, I would say. Are the new heroes playable in offline? Good question. I'm not sure actually. I don't know. I think the old ones are, so these ones should be as well. I mean, the Outer Rim heroes were added to the offline, so I hope they add these heroes as well. My favorite trait card. Hard to say now that they nerfed the Berserk card. Possibly Scout. I think so. I mean, it's kind of hard because now all of them are good, so it's like depends on the map and the game mode and so on. Is EE4 better than the EE3? Only on short range. EE3 is still better on long range, but EE4 is better on short range. Okay, let me check Twitter again. My new favorite map. Like I said, probably the Carbon Freezing Chamber and the Bionic Lab. It's kind of hard because whenever I say, oh, that's my favorite map, and then I'm thinking about the next map, it's like, no, maybe that's my favorite map. I think all of them are good, to be honest. They're like so different, it's hard to compare, to be honest. In terms of just how beautiful they are, I would say the Fighter Squadron map and the Carbon Freezing Chamber map. Those look the best. But the Administrator's Palace look pretty cool as well, because that gives me some Battlefront 1 vibes, you know, from Bespin platforms and stuff. So yeah. The Bespin DLC will come out on July 5th for non-season pass players. Have you tried the Boba new lock-on? I haven't, but I think it should be live in this patch. Like I mean, he said that they were gonna get he was gonna get a lock-on on medium range, which hopefully is live now. Because the flamethrower buff is obviously fixed, so I would be surprised if the lock-on for the missile isn't live as well. What will Lando's shocking trap be in Heroes vs Villains? First of all, there is no Heroes vs Villains for them. But if you mean in Sabotage, I actually noticed when I looked over my gameplay that when I was Dengar, it looks like a hero health pickup. The problem is that those hero health pickups aren't really available in the game anywhere, except for in well, or actually they are. No, wait, I'm just trying to think. Leia should be able to drop them down in Sabotage. Okay, they are available to some degree, but it's kind of easy to understand that it's a fake one. And the same thing as I said before about the shocking grenade, it just gives them a very quick like flinch on the heroes, so it doesn't actually lock them down in 5 seconds like with normal soldiers. So it's definitely more effective against other players and heroes. No, I have not read the Lost Stars novel. Favorite skin? I mean, probably the Red Royal Guards. I mean, those aren't a selectable skin, but they are pretty cool. No, there's no Heroes vs Villains in the Bespin DLC. Which team gets the new plane? I'm not sure. Oh, which team? Oh, it's actually available for both teams. As you can see on the gameplay, or I think I just crashed. Yeah, but the blue cloud cars are available for the Empire, and the red cloud cars are available for the Rebels. So it's the first pickup vehicle that is neutral so far. How much money will the Bespin be? I'm assuming it's gonna be $15, like all other. But I think they've actually had sales on the season pass on Origin or something like that, where you can get it like $30. So I would recommend getting the season pass instead of buying it separately. What is your best star card in Bespin? I think the disruption card is probably the one I use the most, and I felt like, yeah, this is a really good one. This one I can actually, I'm gonna use it a lot, basically. Yeah, there's no new bowcaster, but they've remade the old bowcaster, so now it's it has another spread. It fires like 5, almost like in a shotgun spread instead of a horizontal line. But I think the damage of each projectile is unchanged. Would you like to live in Cloud City? I'm not sure. I don't think maybe in the rich area. I think the laboring area where they like mined for the gas or whatever it's called, didn't have it too good. Favorite loadout? Pretty hard to say. Something with the disruption, jump pack, possibly. It depends on the map, really. Close quarters, maybe scattergun, or longer range. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll get back to you with a video with a Bespin loadout or something like that. What is the main difference between Bionic Laboratories and Cloud City maps? They look the same. It's a similar kind of gameplay, where it's a bit open areas, and then there's a couple of buildings you can go inside for the actual points to capture. So it's, I mean, I think gameplay-wise, they're like designed differently, of course. So it's gonna be a completely different experience playing those two. And the Bionic Laboratories map have more indoors. But otherwise, they're pretty similar in terms of how they play out. Happy birthday, Trevor! Why aren't the Royal Guards melee like in the movie? Yeah, it would have been cool with melee, but that would have been just useless. It would have just been a meat shield who died instantly. I know it looks a little bit weird with a rocket launcher and T-21 blaster on them, but that's the only thing that makes sense gameplay-wise. If they had the freaking melee, that would be useless, because, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do much. Have you found any bugs or glitches yet in the new maps? Actually, not. I don't think so. I don't think I noticed any glitches when I think about it. You want more lightsaber wielders? I'm not sure. There's not really any good lightsaber wielders to add, to be honest. I mean, Yoda and Obi-Wan, possibly Obi-Wan, I guess, but he's just so old and boring in that time span. And besides, I kind of prefer. I haven't played Leia. I mean, I haven't played Luke or Vader for a very long time. I prefer the Emperor or the shooting heroes, to be honest. So I would rather have Chewbacca and Bosk than Obi-Wan and Bosk or something like that. Can a cloud card take the 80-80 down? I don't think so. They might be able to do a little bit of damage to it, but there's no like takedown mechanic. I don't know when the new trait is coming. That's gonna be in the future somewhere. Has Boba Fett got a health buff? That's a good question. I am not sure, to be honest. And I am not sure about the Relby V10 getting buffed either. EE4 or the new... Yeah, I think the EE4 is sort of the new SE14C. The SE14C does, however, work pretty well on longer ranges, which the SE14C doesn't do at all due to its spread. But yeah. Yeah, you need the Season Pass or the Bespin DLC to get the new hut contracts, except for the Ion Neutralizer that will be added to everyone, for everyone. Does the shock grenade stay on the ground forever? No, it just activates for like half a second or something, and then if you walk close to it when it's already activated, you won't get shocked by it. I think the expansion is $15, but I'm not sure, and the season pass is like 50. But I think they have they had like a sale on Origin or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest. No, I don't think Dengar is overpowered. I don't think anything in the new patch was overpowered, to be honest. Alright, see ya, Dave. See you later. Yeah, Disruption is gonna be pretty OP. I don't know if it's gonna be OP, but it's gonna be annoying as hell, that's for sure. Because you're just gonna be able to get shut down at any second, really. Yeah. No, I'm not playing. This is pre-recorded. It should say on the bottom of the screen. Favorite game mode? Ah, that's a good question. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know. I thought Drop Zone was a lot of fun with three drop pods, I gotta say. Who is better at long range, Lando or Dengar? I think Lando is better at long range, and Dengar is better at short range because he's I mean, he has a DLT 19. That's not a very good long range weapon. So definitely Lando for long range. Let me just check on Twitter again. Should we use Bespin heroes in the outer rim? No, I don't think so. What heroes are they already talked about? Will the Shock Trooper customization be playable in the whole game? Yes, it's going to be a skin that you can use everywhere. Are you going to start using the bowcaster since it's been buffed? Well, it's not necessarily buffed, or actually it's a little bit buffed, I guess you could say. Yeah, I might be using it a little bit more now, just to get some variety in there. How many new skins are there going to be in the update? There's going to be the Shock Trooper for the Empire, and then the Bespin Wing Guards for the Rebels, and I think the Leia's old Honor Guards will be available for the Rebels as well.
Hi, do you think the E4 can replace the SE-14C in the Berserker tank loadout? They have similar stats, right?
Thank you very much, Dehydron, for the donation, Ian. I appreciate it. And yeah, definitely. That can definitely happen. But the thing, as I said, the Berserker trait has been nerfed, so I'm not sure how good the Berserker trait loadout is going to be. It's probably going to be good, but not as overpowered as before, because you won't have that 50% damage reduction until after 76% health. So yeah, I think the SC-14C can definitely get replaced by the EE4, but on the other hand, the SC-14C has a little bit better range, so it's gonna be like both of them are gonna work pretty well. No reward from hot contract. What do I do? I will contact the EA support because I have no clue actually. I haven't experienced that myself. And no, there's no heroes versus villains in Bespin. Yes, I am Swedish. Oh, does the disruption card work on heroes too? That's a good question actually. I'm not sure. It feels a little bit overpowered if it does that, because it's gonna disable hero. I don't think so. It shouldn't do. At least I hope so. Yes, the patch will come on the 21st. That is correct. Is Dengar better than Greedo? Well, as I said, it's a little bit like, I think Dengar is better at taking out more enemies at once, but Greedo is better against heroes. Can you see the Cloud City core from the Carbonite Chamber map window? I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, you mean the window where that Darth Vader breaks in the movie? That's a good question. I'll definitely have to check that out when the game is out. Do you know if there will be a mixed playlist combining both Outer Rim and Bespin? Not for now. Because they're trying to make the DLCs work as well as possible for everyone, and if they would have a bunch of mixed stuff, that would just split the player base even more. So right now they have dedicated playlists for each game mode. I mean, who knows, they might make a huge playlist when all the DLCs are out, but as right now, they don't. Let's see. Does assist now count as kill? That's a little bit. It does. The assist looks different now because you can see who you got the assist on, and you get like a red pop-up. I don't think it counts on as a kill on the scoreboard, but you do get more points for it. So you always get 100 points for an assist. To kind of, I mean, I'm sure some of you have been like me. You've had a game where you've gotten just assists throughout the whole game and barely any kills. Now you will get more points for that, but I don't think you get actual kills. That would be kind of weird, to be honest. Unless they do it, they could have done it like in Battlefield, where if you do, I don't know what it is, like 80% plus damage and they die, you get like assist counts as kill. That would have been pretty cool, but I don't think that's the way it works. I broke my Battlefront disc. That's where you play. Your name is PC Master Race, and you say, as you said, I broke my Battlefront disc. That doesn't make sense. You know, you don't need any discs on PC. What is my favorite thing in Bespin? Probably Dengar. Am I paid by EA? No, I am not. I wish. Will you make more videos like this? Yes, I will do the next stream on Tuesday. When the DLC is out, I will actually be playing it for multiple hours. I'm just gonna make sure to see when it actually goes live, and I will start playing as soon as it goes live. Yes, I am supporting the Swedish football team at the Euros, even though they suck, because they have 0 shots on goal for 180 minutes. That's kind of embarrassing. Yes, you can get carbonated. You can get frozen in the carbonate chamber. You don't actually like get a statue thing that you're frozen in, but it says you've been frozen into carbonite if you jump down there after someone activates it. Is Sabotage a good replacement for heroes versus villains? If you're just looking for pure hero combat, 4 or 5 versus 5, not really, because it's gonna be, the heroes have different phases and so on. Personally, I don't really play heroes versus villains. I think it's a bit chaotic, so for me it's not a bummer. But if you do really like heroes versus villains, it might be a little bit disappointing, because you're gonna have some big clashes of heroes, but it's not gonna be like heroes versus villains. Do you know if there will be any more free Walker Assault maps in the future? I don't know, to be honest. I hope so, but I'm not sure. How is Turning Point on Bespin? I think we never played Turning Point, actually. So it's gonna be interesting to see. How do ion neutralizers work against airships? I'm not sure, but I hope, because it's gonna look freaking epic, I hope it's gonna be where it did kind of just crash down straight into the ground and explode, you know. I'm definitely gonna try that out as soon as it, like, on release day, but it's gonna be quite hard to hit the ships. The cloud cars you might be able to hit because they are quite slow, but other ships are gonna be really hard to hit with the ion neutralizer for sure. How did you get the DLC? I'm not playing it right now. There were this is pre-recorded, as you can see. You can just look at little text at the bottom of the screen. This is pre-recorded from the event in LA last week. Just quickly check on Twitter again. The Magma Trooper skin. There's no Magma Trooper skin. That's just a skin that you get automatically when you play on Solast. Next, what my predictions are for the next 2 heroes and villains. Death Star, probably Bosk and Chewbacca, and for the next DLC after that, I have no clue because I don't know what they're doing. Let's see. I don't think you can change the skin color of the Bespin guards. Do you think the Deoxys grenade needs a buff? Not really. It's pretty. It does its job right now. Do you like Lego Star Wars? I haven't played it that much, but I'm gonna play when I think it's releases quite soon, doesn't it? Yeah. I might do a live stream for it. I liked LA. It was kind of it was different. It was really fun. I mean, all the events and everything, but the actual LA area was kind of weird. Where we walked for like 10 minutes and got into a like area with just broken buildings and hobos, like crackheads everywhere. That was kind of yeah, that was weird. Nope, I don't play FIFA. I don't really like sports games. Thoughts on the Battlefront 2 reveal at E3? Yeah, it's a bit mixed feelings. I am, of course, super excited for another Battlefront game because, I mean, I love the first game. I love this game. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings. Some think it's bad, some think it's decent, and some people think it's really good and play it for hundreds of hours like myself. So I'm, of course, excited for a new Battlefront game. I am a little bit skeptical towards the fact that they said they're gonna use stuff from the new movies, because I think it would be a lot better idea to use prequel stuff. I mean, there's so much more vehicles, weapons, maps, planets, everything. There's so much more. Whereas if they're just gonna try to like squeeze out the whole Battlefront game from just the first, The Force Awakens, and possibly Episode 8, that's gonna feel a little bit forced, to be honest. I mean, I might be wrong. It might be a really fun game. I know they've already shown more land vehicles in The Force Awakens than they have, like if you see the deleted scenes, than they did in the whole original trilogy era. So that's at least something good for the gameplay, but otherwise, I don't know. I mean, they haven't said that they're only gonna use stuff from the new movies. They might be using the prequels as well, but if it's just sequel, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. Is the cloud card going to be available for non-season pass holders? I don't think so, because you need to play. You can only play it on the Bespin maps, basically. Is there anything that will be available for players without the DLC in the next patch? Yes, the Ion Neutralizer will be available for everyone. No, I don't have any Royal Guard gameplay, because no one played as the Emperor at the event. Everyone wanted to play as Dengar. I didn't really see much Easter eggs. I didn't really look a lot for it, except for the carbon freezing chamber Easter egg. Let me see, is there any questions? Is there any more questions that I haven't answered yet? If there's any important questions, just put them on Twitter. It's easier for me to see them there. I like the E4 better than the X8. I don't really see myself using the X8 a lot. The E4 is better. Yeah, I only play on PC. Pure PC. I don't like playing on consoles at all. I am 21 years old. Will you ever visit Newcastle? I have no clue. Why would I? Lando's second ability is the trap that he puts down. It's like a little... for him it just looks like a small dot on the ground, but for the enemies it looks like a power-up. And if you pick it up, you get like frozen or shocked into the ground the same way as a shock grenade. But if they don't break free from it, they actually die. So that's the difference between Lando's shock and the normal shock grenade. Denmark or Lando? Definitely Lando. My day is good, Mr. Gilk. How's yours? Do you like Maze Window? Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's gonna come in this in this game though. I think Boba is getting his rocket assist back, because the flamethrower was buffed, so I think the rocket is buffed as well, but I haven't tried him yet, so I'm not sure. I am from Sweden. I can't accept people's friend requests on Origin because my list is full and I have like hundreds of requests. Favorite star card? I guess if you're talking about favorite star card, as in what I've used the most, I guess I have to say the jump pack. Can you do an updated top 30 tips and tricks? Possibly. I might do that in the future. There is no third new weapon. It's still coming for later. Can't talk about it now. I don't know if the DL44 has been buffed. But we'll see. I didn't try it out. No, I can't speak German. Wingguard or Shock Trooper? Probably the Shock Trooper. I think the Wingguards look a little bit dorky, to be honest. I mean, they look like they do in the movies, but I don't know. It's kind of a dorky outfit in my opinion. Of course I know who Zlatan is. He's supposed to win our games, but he's not doing it. Yeah, the partner system is changed, so now you charge up your cards faster whenever you're close to your partners. What changes to the old heroes? The thing is, I'm not sure which changes are coming in this patch and which ones that are coming in future patches. I know the flamethrower has been buffed for Boba Fett. I think his wrist rocket has been buffed. But I think, on the other hand, I think that the Emperor's new blocking thing is not coming until later. And possibly his lightning buff as well. I'm not sure. Is the bodyguard trait nerfed? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that. You can play the new heroes on other maps as well. Every map where you can select heroes, except for heroes versus villains, you can use the new heroes. So that means Hero Hunt, Walker Assault, Supremacy. I think that's all the game modes. Yeah, and probably battles as well. Yeah, battles. You can use in those ones and the new Sabotage game mode. Yeah, the developers said that they are going to nerf Tesco in the next patch, so don't worry. How many hours have you racked up on Battlefront? Let me check. Let me see what Origin says. I have played a total of, I mean, this is not the same. 273 hours so far. That's just what Origin says, so it's probably a bit lower actual game time. Would you like to see Ben Kenobi or Yoda in an upcoming DLC? I would think, the thing is, I think I would rather keep those for a prequel game where they're a bit more young and able to do some cool stuff. I don't really like the DLT 19X. I think it's pretty bad, to be honest. Favorite hero out of all 10? Probably Dengar. I mean, it's so hard to say. It's like whenever something new is added, you obviously want to play with that. So probably Dengar, yeah. The full patch notes will be released on the 21st alongside with the update. I don't think they will have a story mode in this one, but I do think the next Battlefront game is gonna have a campaign, since Motive are working on it. I mean, I hope so. They said they're working on some sort of like substantial addition to the game, and it makes sense if it would be the campaign. Wow, 649 hours, that's a lot. 834, wow, you guys have played a lot. I don't think IG-88 will be in Battlefront. I think, well, it depends on what the last DLC is gonna be, but I don't think so. Yeah, I think on the last DLC, it would be really cool if they did like a... No, wait, you mean 6? 6, well, let me see, there's 3, 5, 7, it would be 7 versus 7, that would be super cool. 7 versus 7 heroes with just heroes, no normal players. Maybe they could add that, they could have like a hero DLC where they add like 2 heroes on each team or 3 heroes on each team on the last one. Elliot, show us the Bespin trailer, please. I don't have it on my streaming PC, unfortunately. How do you activate the carbonating machine? There's a little panel just above it. You just press E on it, and it activates the thing. It's very simple. My KD ratio is 2. Check back on Twitter quickly. If there's any new Bespin questions. I think I've covered most of the Bespin stuff right now. Why can't we select Dengar and Lando in the original 3 vs 3 heroes vs villains? You can play as Greedo and 9 in it. Oh, you can? Okay, so if you can play as Greedo and 9 now in the original heroes vs villains, you will probably be able to play as Dengar as well. Yeah, as you might have noticed, the gameplay just restarted, so it's gonna repeat itself again. I'm sorry for that, but I just have a limited amount of gameplay. Let me see. Who's better in Hero Hunt, Dengar or Lando? Let me see. Who would be best? I think it's probably gonna be Dengar, because Lando doesn't really have any AoE abilities. He can't really take out a lot of people at once. So you need to be really accurate with him. But otherwise, I think Dengar is gonna be better in Hero Hunt. Let me see. Nothing more. I'm not sure what you need to unlock the E4 in hut contracts. I'll make a video on that later on. Is Lando's charge shot better than Solo's? They are a bit different, because Lando's you can charge for as long as you want to. So if you just spam click like this, it's gonna be like 1 times the normal damage. So it's basically you won't do any extra damage. But if you charge up the whole way, it's going to be 6 times the normal damage, which is a lot. So it's more... it doesn't have any lock-on, like Han Solo shot does. I mean, Han Solo is really good against vehicles. But Lando is not as good against vehicles. So they're pretty different. The next top 5 plays might be tomorrow. I think so, because I don't really have any more Bespin content I can make before it actually releases. I prefer the new bowcaster, yes, I think it's better than the old one. Do you get healed while hero or vehicle power-up is loading? Yeah, I tried to pick... I know I picked up the cloud car power-up once, and I got killed when I was loading it. I think my win ratio is around 75% or something like that. Favorite Force Awakens character? Probably... Rey, maybe? I don't know. I'm tired of whiny Sith Lords like Kylo Ren and... I'm tired of whiny Skywalkers. I think that's the right word. Kylo Ren... Luke, Anakin, they're just whiny. Do you have a job, or is YouTube your job? Well, right now I'm trying to make YouTube my job. I just finished university, or I'm not really finished. I have like a couple of extra courses left. But I'm trying to make YouTube my job after that. But I will make an update video on that. The partner system should be a lot better now. They said they have made improvements to it, and especially the automatic partnering system, since you know, now that you get the bonus when you're around your partner with your cards charge up faster. It would have been unfair if everyone didn't have a partner, so they have improved the way you get your automatic partner if you don't play with a friend. How many total kills in the game do you have? Let me just check on the website. I should have had it. Wait, if I do it... Nah, I'm just gonna... I'll just check it out here. Because I'm a bit unsure about... Where's the Battlefront page? Why can't I find it? There it is. Come on, load. Where is the... I hate how you always have to log into the website. I don't know why it refuses to keep me logged in. And then we have the stats, career. Okay, so I have a total of... My KD ratio is 2.03. My win ratio is 67%, 66%. No, 76%, sorry. And I have played around 1,000 matches. I have 22,000 kills. Let me see if I have any other interesting stats. I have done 219 suicides. I have the most of my kills are with the E11. Second most is SE14C. No, it's actually DL44. That's probably from the release when it was really good. I have most game mode wins in Walker Assault and then Drop Zone. I have the most Starcard kills with the Bowcaster, which makes sense considering how OP it was before. Let's see, vehicle kills. I have the most vehicle kills in the ATST. I only have 6 kills with the Slave 1. I've barely played any Fighter Squadron at all. Kills as hero. Oh, I actually have the... no, Palpatine. That was kind of interesting. I have the most kills with Palpatine. And then we have 9 nab. I have almost twice as much kills with 9 nab as I have with Greedo. That's a surprise. And I have more kills with 9 nab than any other hero except Palpatine. So yeah, that's some interesting stats. Holy, do you have 132,000 kills? Oh my god, man, you need to calm down. 91% win ratio. Yeah, that's because you always rage quit whenever you're losing. Yeah, I will probably do a let's play of the new Lego Star Wars, definitely. It's true. Let's see. Yes, they are increasing the level cap to 70. And I don't know which time of the day it releases, unfortunately. How many cycler rifle kills? Let me see. Let me check that. Cycler rifle is over here. Where is it? 163, so not too many. And with the pulse cannon I have... Where's the pulse cannon? 587. Shut up, Tesco. That was just once. Are you gonna cover the virtual reality DLC? Yeah, I'm probably gonna cover it, make videos about it, but I have no clue if I'm gonna be able to make a video actually trying it, because I don't think I wanna pay like 400 bucks to play one virtual reality game. So we'll see. Maybe I can get Sony to send me the virtual reality thing for free. Are you familiar with Tommy T99? Nope, I don't know who that is. I'm studying game development. Is there? No, there's no hero versus villains in Bespin. Let me check. Let me check on Reddit actually. I saw that someone made a post to see if there's any questions here. Let's see. Not really. Okay. I record with Elgato. You can find the link in the description below to the stuff I used to record. Shock grenade have any greater effect in water? That's a good question. I don't think so. But it would be pretty cool if they did. I think I'm gonna wrap up the live stream soon, because I feel like I've answered pretty much everything regarding Bespin right now. And I will of course answer more questions on Tuesday when I do the release stream. I'm amazed that there's still 1,300 of you watching. That's like 2 or 3 times as much as I usually get. No, I don't think the E11 should be nerfed. It's pretty good right now. Yeah, the Shock Trooper will be available for non-season pass holders. I think. Yeah, it should be. Yes, if someone overheats your weapon with the disruption card, you can counter it with the disruption, with the cooling flush, but it's gonna be stuck on that top position for like I don't know, half a second or something. So it's not like, it doesn't instantly start to go down, which means that it's you will always guarantee, if you disrupt someone, you will always have like at least a second or something before they can shoot again. Favorite gun, probably EE4. Do you plan to move to the US? I don't think so. I like Sweden. I like our dank internet. Will there ever be a free set of heroes? I have no clue. It would be cool, but I don't know. Yes, Lando's tricks do sometimes appear as hero pickups. So you can imagine a lot of people, especially now that people don't know where every power-up is gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh my god, hero pickup! And they're gonna run straight for it and get shocked. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see. How much XP will it take to get to rank 70? I don't know. Let me see. Do you have any more questions I haven't answered yet? I don't think there's gonna be hero battle on Bespin. You can play with the heroes in the battles though, but not a new Bespin battle.
We will have them on the run shortly.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about being a game developer myself. That's probably what I'm gonna work with if YouTube doesn't work out. But I mean, YouTube would be the ideal job because I love YouTube. So I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. Yes, I went to E3 for one day. You can check out my vlog if you just go back a few videos. Yeah, start farming some credits, guys. You're gonna need a lot of credits to unlock all the hot contracts and skins. Yeah, Boba Fett will get buffed a little bit in this patch. I saw a staff in the trailer. Where is it? A staff? I don't know which staff you're talking about. I didn't see anything. I even made an analysis video and didn't see any staff. Are you playing with Star Wars Headquarters? Unfortunately they don't play on PC, but sometimes they jump on PC and then I play with them. I'm trying to convert them to the PC Master Race. See, I saw some question from... Oh my god, the chat is going past so fast. Yes, I'm going to do a live stream on the 21st. As soon as the game, as soon as Bespin is live, I will do hours upon hours of live streaming. Is 200,000 credits enough? Yeah, that's definitely enough credits. I can assume it's gonna be like, let me see. I'm just gonna quickly look over my footage and see if I have any. Let me see. Any footage that shows how much. Yeah, I think they're like, with the other ones, they're like 3,500. Yeah, so I think there's 3,500, and then you need to obviously buy another set of another set of hot contracts. Okay, so let's see if there's 3 star cards. No, wait, there's 4 new star cards, and then you need to get them twice to get the upgraded version. That's gonna be like 14,000. Let's say they cost the same thing to upgrade. That's gonna be 28,000, and then 2 new skins. You're probably gonna need around 70,000 credits if you wanna be able to buy everything right away. But keep in mind that it's gonna take a while to reach level 70 to get the skins, and so you're gonna get a bunch of credits during that time. But somewhere around 70,000, But I mean, it's or around like 35-50,000 just for the actual hut contracts. I wonder if how many credits I have actually. I haven't checked that for a while. I hope I have a lot. Let's see. I should have a lot. I mean, I have a lot of playtime. So I have. Where do I see my credits? Is there no way to see your credits in the? Oh wait, here. Where? Oh, I have 68,000. So I'm like, I should be able to afford everything. How did you edit your intro? I didn't make it. It was a guy called the Pixel Fly Graphics. I don't know about auto balance or matchmaking because we played on a private server on the event. Why do people donate? Well, I guess they enjoy my content and I truly appreciate it. There's no... why not? A lot of Twitch streamers have it up, so I have it as well. No hurt in it. Yeah, the cloud car is very slow, but you can speed it up. It's just that the lowest velocity is extremely slow, and whenever I play, you know, whenever I played on the Cloud City map, I went with the lowest speed all the time because, you know, I want to be able to aim properly on the enemies and hit them, whereas when I played the Fighter Squadron map, it is short, it is slower than the other ones. That I think it is, but it's not that slow. It's just that it has the ability to go slower than the other ships. That's the thing. Let me see. Does Lando's trait level increase the chance of getting a hero pickup trap instead of a regular pickup trap? No. The trait level only increases your crit chance, and the pickup is, as far as I know, just random. Sometimes it's hero pickup, sometimes it's normal pickup. My Twitch is just Twitch TV/Battlefront updates, but I prefer YouTube because I know a lot of you guys are here. I mean, all of you guys are here. I would never have been able to get over 1,000 viewers on Twitch, that's for sure. So I prefer doing it on YouTube. 3 million credits, Tesco? Really? Really? Jesus Christ. What is a crit chance? Oh, so Lando has a crit chance all the time. He does, let me see, 2.5 times the normal damage if he gets a crit, and when he gets, so that's basically gonna be a one shot on enemies at close range. And I think, let me see, 2.5, 5, 10. I think it's the base level is 2% crit. Trait level 1, 5%. Trait level 2, 10%. Trait level 3, 25%. So that's how the trait works for Lando, and for Dengar it's you get more armor. I think it's I don't remember the numbers, but I think it's 50% on the highest one. I don't think the new bowcaster is OP at all. It's balanced. How weak is the X-Wing? Oh yeah, that's true. They've changed around the ships, I think, so that if you have the shields up, your blasters are weaker. But I don't really know. I did play some with the X-Wing, but I'm unsure actually. I don't know. I'll have to look over my gameplay footage again, because I didn't actually know that when I played. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they added the Darth Vader's TIE Advanced and Luke's X-Wing in the Death Star DLC, definitely. But I still want 2 normal heroes. I would personally be pissed if they didn't add any other heroes and just added ship heroes. That would be disappointing to me. I mean, if they would add 2 free heroes and then 2 ship heroes with the DLC, that would be fine. But if it was just the ship heroes, that would be disappointing. But I mean, as we said, they have showed Bosk, so he's either coming in the Death Star DLC or as a free hero, or possibly even in the last DLC. But I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know, the A-Wing icons, I hope they fix that, because I think it's kind of annoying that the A-Wing icons doesn't show up on the scoreboard like it does with the X-Wing or the TIE Fighter or TIE Interceptor. That's kind of, yeah, weird. Yeah, it would be pretty cool with a ranking system, I would agree. Like, where you can see people most kills and stuff like that, both best win ratios. I don't speak Polish. What do you think the 4th expansion will be? Alright, so it's either Rogue One, it could be Rogue One, or Rebels. I just thought about that the other day, they could do a Rebels. Imagine if they did a Rebels DLC with freaking Darth Maul in it. That would be so epic. I mean, I just thought about that the other day, it is the original trilogy-ish. They've already added 2 weapons from the Rebel series. The X8 Night Sniper and the Iron Disruptor. So that would be so awesome if they added freaking, I don't know, like the, who else could it be? Yeah, like Kanan and Darth Maul. That would be so awesome in the last DLC in Rebels. I would prefer that over Rogue One, to be honest. I'm probably gonna make a video about that, Rebels last DLC speculation, because I haven't even thought about that yet. I think that's more likely than Rogue One, to be honest. Lando's trap does kill enemies. If you don't break loose from it, it will kill you. Yeah, I have the season pass. I would have been stupid otherwise if I didn't have a season pass and I'm a Battlefront YouTuber. Like, no, you guys are gonna have to wait 2 weeks to see my video, sorry. Yes, I play on PC. Has the images for the multiplayer and missions pages changed? I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to that. Someone donated $180, what? Oh yeah, that's the top top donation so far. That is insane. How long is this video? I'm gonna end the live stream fairly soon. I can't believe I'm just sitting here for 1 hour and 40 minutes just answering questions. It's a lot of things to talk about with Battlefront. Yes, everything is unlocked with the hot contracts in the DLC. Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna go and grab some water because talking non-stop for 2 hours makes my throat hurt. So be right back, 30 seconds. I am back. I just realized it's so freaking hot in my room. I'm gonna open up my window. And hopefully there's not gonna be a freaking airplane because I live right by the airport, so I often get I'm actually gonna turn on my fan as well. Let me know if the fan makes a weird sound on the microphone. Yeah, I think we have to get Chewie as well. No, the DLC isn't out. This is pre-recorded. This is pre-recorded from the LA event. My favorite Star Wars quote? I don't know. No, I don't like Minecraft. I've played it a couple of times, but it's not a game for me. I think both Lando's and Dengar's voice is spot on. I mean, they had the original actor, so it can't get better than that.
Uplink signal lost. Reactivated.
Cooling cell versus disruption. I prefer... Oh, that's a good question. Does disruption overheat your weapon if you have cooling cell on? I think it shouldn't. It shouldn't do that. I haven't tried it, but logically, it should make you immune to overheats overall. I hope so. We can hear you breathing. Okay, that's probably my fan. Is my fan making a lot of noises? It's blowing right on the microphone, so it might be that. Let me know and I will turn it off. The only free content coming out now is the skins I think they're free, yeah. And the ion neutralizer. Let me check back on Twitter. Is there any weapons really similar to the X8 Night Sniper? I guess it's like a mix of the DT12, the DL44, I guess. A little bit, but it's kind of unique. Yeah. Yes, I don't know what yes. You need to. No. Yes, it does. Okay, I'll turn it off. There we go. I'll have to. It might be your fan. It's like every 3 seconds. Yeah, okay, it's my fan. Will offline stuff be for free? I think they said it's for free, right? Yeah, I'm fairly 99% sure it's gonna be free. Best, Darth Vader or Luke? Hard to say. I think I prefer Darth Vader. Is Boba getting a buff? Yeah, he's getting a buff. I know the flamethrower is getting a buff, and possibly the what's it called? The rocket. The rocket should be getting a buff, I hope. What do you want as an offline mission? Well, I guess the best thing would just be, well, instant action that you can play. I think that's, I mean, as I said before, I don't really care a lot about single player stuff, so for me it doesn't really matter. But I think what most people want is to have like, yeah, basically instant action where you can play all this multiplayer stuff with bots. Let me see, I saw Tesco's question there. There are long range weapons for close quarters DLC and short range weapons for open range. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but the thing is, the DLT-19X wasn't really released with the DLC. That was a free weapon. And the Night Sniper weapon is, I mean, it is a long range weapon, even if it's not that good at it. So it's, but this DLC is kind of mixed as well. I mean, the carbon freezing chamber is even more close quarters than the Outer Rim, whereas the Cloud City map is like really open. So it's a mix. A-wing or X-wing? I think I prefer the X-wing. Yeah, the Royal Guards are on every map where the Emperor spawns. Oh, is the virtual reality Battlefront coming out the summer holidays? I thought it was the holidays like in November or something, or December or something like that. Do you think Bosk will be free? I doubt it. I'm not sure. Really early gameplay of an Endor mission. Yeah, you're talking about the extraction mission. That was a scrapped mission that was like in the beta code. So it's not something that's coming. That's not the single player content, so don't worry. That leaked crappy extraction mode was just something they worked on but decided this is no good, let's skip it. Will Rel be improved? I hope so. I want that. Do you think there will be new vehicles coming out? I hope so. Death Star DLC is probably just gonna have ships if there's any new things. I would love to see the B-Wing, that would be awesome. Yeah, I spoke to Dennis at the LA event quite a lot, and to Paul as well, the producer. And then I spoke a little bit to Christian on Twitter as well. But I mean, I've said the most stuff. There's nothing I can say that I haven't already said. What is sabotage? I've already explained it earlier in the stream. If you want to get a recap, simply watch my link it in the chat. Just because I'm so nice. Let's see, where is it? It is... Am I blind? There it is. There's the sabotage guide. Sabotage guide.
No more
Yeah, I love Dengar's accents. It's so awesome. It's like perfect. This isn't early access. This is pre-recorded. Doesn't the little text show up, or is it like too small or something? DICE doesn't pay anything. Trust me. Why? Let's just clear that up. DICE and EA hasn't paid me a dime for any of this stuff I'm doing right now. It's they do pay for the trips out, like the flight, the hotel. Yeah, that's basically it. But everything else, none of the videos I do here are paid, because I would never be able to afford to fly out to LA just to record some Bespin gameplay. Yeah, I know Massive G. I've seen some of his live streams. He has a really sexy voice. I think it's a hot contract for the ion neutralizer. It should be, yeah. Why is Lando black? Because he was black in the movies. Lando or 9? I think I prefer 9 up, to be honest. At least, but I think the thing is, I think Lando is a kind of hero that you need to practice a lot with. When you get a hang of his power shot, you're gonna be able to take out enemies with just one shot, one shot, one shot. But on the other hand, you need to have a really good aim. So yeah. Why is everyone spamming hi in the chat? Did someone jump in here? I don't know. Sometimes I'm so confused. Do you think squads are going to be a thing? I'm not sure, I don't think so. Did you see Stampy Cat at E3? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Lando or 9-Nub? Yeah, I think 9-Nub, as I said, I prefer him right now. But I think Lando's gonna... I think he's gonna grow on me when I get some practice with him, because I played him not that much. It's Billy D actually voices Lando, so it's the original actor, which is pretty cool. Who's spamming hi? What's going on? Is there someone in the chat or what's going on? Stop confusing me. What new Imperial skins do you want? I would love to see the skins shown in the Rogue One trailer, like the... I don't remember the name, the Death Troopers, and then the Sand Troopers, or whatever they were called. That would be pretty cool. Thank you very much, Ben. I'm glad you liked the stream. Yes, 9-Nub and Greedo do have a call out whenever they join the game now. So does Lando and Dengar. They've added that to the game, which is good to hear. Because I didn't even notice that, but I saw a lot of people said they don't have that, so yeah, it's pretty good. Oh my god, freaking spammers! I should ban the word hi from the chat, and hey, every combination. Freaking trolls. Yeah, now I'll check the Twitter questions because the chat is spamming too much. Are they doing anything on maps such as Sorosal where you won't die if you fail a Tokyo? I'm not sure what you mean. Yavin 4 or Alderaan? Yeah, that could be a pretty cool place to have a DLC as well. I am actually unsure if the Bespin wing guards are available on all maps. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry for that. It's an A-wing flying by my window right now. Rip chat. I bought my PC like a couple of months ago, 2 months ago or something. So it's pretty new. Why is there only one 8080 on Bespin? Because it's a quite small place. It would be too weird with with 2 walkers. Something I noticed was that there's apparently 3 uplinks on the last phase of Walker Assault, which is pretty cool. So I had to play level 70 to get a new skin, so they skipped level 60 for Imperial. I guess so? I think so. My highest kill streak. That I'm not sure, but I have gotten over 100 kills in a game. I know that. I have the AMD Fury card, but I might be getting a 1080 or something like that. We'll see. Yes, I have watched the Clone Wars TV series. I did it quite recently, actually. I'm not that good pilot. I'm decent. I mean, I usually end up like pretty high up on the fighter squadron, but I am not a really good pilot. No. There's no way to play the Bespin DLC now. This is pre-recorded. And no, the Disruption is the only new Sharks card available.
We have this.
Yes, there is rank 70. Is there a new community challenge coming? I am not sure, actually. DLC is coming out in 2 days, on the 21st. Yeah, this full stream will be archived on YouTube, so you can watch it afterwards if you want to, if you miss something. No, the winner of the Elgato giveaway, as I said in my top 5 place videos, the Elgato giveaway is a monthly giveaway, so I will announce the winner at the end of the month. And then I will start a new one in July. So you will have basically 12 Elgato devices a year that you can win. The gameplay footage is about 1 hour and 20 minutes, so it has been it's back on the second loop right now. Yeah, I think Scan Pulse is better right now, to be honest. You should be able to see it on the screen right now.
We're securing the escape pod.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of Easter eggs. I know Dennis said in the stream that there was a bunch of things in the Administrator's Palace map where you could see a bunch of Easter eggs and so on. Yeah, I can sit a little bit closer to the microphone. I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream now. I've said it a couple of times, but I feel like I'm just repeating the same questions over and over right now. Just see if there's anything on Twitter. Nothing new, nope. Let's see. Yes, this is my gameplay. I use 2 monitors, or I have 3 now actually, because I have 1/3 for my streaming PC. I think Leia is pretty good, yeah, but I don't pick her too often. Come on, is there any new questions? I'm gonna make sure to not repeat anything now. Is there anything I haven't answered yet? I think I've answered everything you're saying in the chat right now. So if you haven't had your question answered, make sure to check back the whole stream. I've already uploaded 45 minutes of raw footage, so that's gonna be enough. I will upload more when the game is out. Will Bespin be free on weekends? Probably not the first month, but maybe later on. No, I'm not in LA. I got home like on, let me see what day. It's Sunday today. I got home Friday, so 2 days ago. Or actually Thursday. I think I'm running out of questions right now.
Another pod is down.
How you get so many subs? I don't know. Luck maybe? Good content? The scrapped mission I mentioned was basically like a super early version of some sort of extraction game mode. It was like, I don't know, it didn't work at all. Everyone just fell through the ground. There was like pink textures everywhere. Someone just found it in the code and somehow managed to play it. You unlock the new skins at level 70.
We're picking up another escape pod homing beacon. Secure that area and the pod.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool if the guards actually had traits. That's a good idea. I haven't even thought about it. Are the Bespin DLC map larger than the current map? Like, no, this is everything in this DLC is 36 player. No wait, 32 player. It's 16 versus 16, so they're smaller than the big maps.
Another pod has touched down.
I think I prefer the blue lights or green maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm reading your comments, don't worry. But there's a lot of questions here that I've already answered like 2 or 3 times. Recommended monitor. I have the... I don't know what's it called. BenQ something. 144 Hertz. You're only 910,000 subs away from 1 million. Woo!
We're taking possession of the escape pod.
Which game modes will you be able to play on Bespin? Walker Assault, Turning Point, Supremacy, Drop Zone, Droid Run, and
We have the location
Sabotage.
of another pod.
Yeah, I think you can see players' rank on the scoreboard. I think so.
The escape pod will soon
The
be under our control.
support the Rhino. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. We're just past 2-hour mark. I gotta say 2 hours is pretty good for just a simple Q&A session and not even not even playing the game. So I think I'm gonna end the stream now. As always, huge thank you guys for watching, and I'm impressed that we managed to almost peak 2,000 viewers, like 1,900, which is just amazing. But as I said, I will have more videos coming out tomorrow and maybe tonight. Yeah, I think tomorrow is probably the next video, and then live stream on Tuesday when the game is released. I will update you on Twitter, so make sure that you follow me there. Whenever I get information about when the DLC is going live, I will schedule my live stream for the same place or same time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.